Up over the shoulders, baby.
This week on Dirt Theory, the team continues their adventure deep into the British Columbia wilderness. They will encounter steep shelf roads, epic Alpine views, and abandoned border crossings. This is the Canadian Rockies. The team prepares for what's sure to be an epic Alpine adventure. And with it already being late in the day, they get a move on to hit camp before dark. They find a nice camp spot by a river and settle in for a good night's rest to be ready for tomorrow. The guys make breakfast and break down camp, ensuring they haven't left anything behind.
Good morning, you beautiful people.
Yeah, good morning. We're just about to leave camp. We got a few things to show you guys this trip. There's a border crossing just behind us, and a super epic bowl of Mike.
Here's your on.
Sounds good. This is a Honda Civic Trail.
The first stop on this trip is an abandoned border crossing. It's these trips into the wild that drive the team to these epic areas.
We just made it to the abandoned border crossing. That's in between British Columbia and Montana. So this place has seen better days. It says no trespassing, so as long as I don't stick my hand in here, you guys can see what I see.
The border between the USA and Canada is the longest international border in the world and runs from the Pacific to the Atlantic Ocean. This crossing was opened in 1942. It was originally established for logging, and for years the Canadian Customs officer needed to drive through Montana to reach its location because no road existed on the Canadian side of the border. There's a 20-foot wide slash along the heavily forested border running 2,100 kilometers, and it follows a series of man-made monuments that mark the border along the northern 49th parallel. It's known as the most unprotected border in the world. With the visit to the border crossing complete, the team heads out to the Thunder Ridge trailhead.
Nearly ran over a chipmunk, Tyler.
I know, I've seen that.
Good work. He was a jerk anyways, that one.
What do you think of this super cool trail that Mike has brought us down? Just getting closer and closer to that mountain that's not that far away from us.
Scree slopes are definitely common in the Rockies due to the erosion in the mountains. And due to the scree keeping the trees from taking root, it provides a panoramic view of the mountains that surround this valley. A channel like ours wouldn't be possible without the support of our audience, so we'd like to take the time to ask you to please subscribe, like the video, and maybe drop us a comment so we can hear from you guys. There are multiple creek crossings, and this place is an outdoor playground for the Jeeps.
We'll be dropping down into the creek here fairly quickly. Tyler, you okay back there?
Yeah, buddy.
More like a dried up riverbed than a trail, the team works their way through some rounded rock. Mike has a bit of fun and tackles the boulder before crossing the small creek.
Do you guys like the party?
No, I'm old.
This area owes its beginnings to the vast crow's nest coalfields that lie to the east. On May 23, 1902, a mining explosion killed 109 miners and was one of the worst mining accidents in Canadian history and is largely forgotten today.
Hard driver. Okay, now straighten out.
Colin also takes the same line and
Coming.
crosses the creek.
He's coming. Oh yeah, you got it. You got it. Perfect. Pull right up to the POS.
That's sick.
Come here, buddy.
The longer wheelbase of the Gladiator makes the trails a little tighter, but so far there's no issues navigating the terrain.
Oh yeah.
The next obstacle the team faces is a boulder-laden climb up from the small creek.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm loving this trail so far. Just like winding through the forest.
Yeah, it's a real nice one.
And win.
These forested trails with lots of little creek crossings is some of the best areas to visit. They provide a deep woods off-grid adventure that the guys are looking for. There are epic views no matter which way you point your rig, and although the terrain is not too technical, the team is still having a blast out here. If you're looking to start adventuring in the backcountry but don't know where to start, look into the numerous four-wheel driving clubs in your area. You might be surprised to meet an excellent group of people willing to take you out and teach you the ropes.
It's easier on this old POS.
Ready to rock and roll when you guys are.
Leaving the wide boulder trail, the team heads into the forest.
A little tight again through here. There's a stump on your passenger side.
Tight off-camber sections are in the cards, and with only an inch to spare, Colin slips past the tree and away from potential damage. The loose dirt on the trail also makes this area a bit harder, as it has a tendency to make the Jeep slide on the off-camber sections. One slip, and it's sure to cause damage to the
Full
rig.
flex.
Yeah, 13 degrees and sunny with the windows down. It feels like we're wheeling in fall.
As far as I'm concerned, it's above freezing. That's all my Jeep says.
He just takes the hardest line on everything. Great.
Colin takes a tight line, and with the wheelbase of the Gladiator being so long, he gets hung up on the tree stump. To avoid damage to his drivetrain, he opts to reposition his rig and uses the clearance he has to climb over the stump.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. Yes. Yeah. Boom.
If we're gonna see a grizzly this trip, this is the area.
Yeah.
The exit from the forest trail back into the boulder trail is a little tight, but the team makes it down without issue. The weather turns as the team hits the part of the trail known as the Chute. This section of trail is original. There is a bypass that can be taken, but the team's not worried about their pain and prefer the more challenging section. Most people opt for the easier bypass. This section of trail is tight, and if you're worried about your paint, you probably shouldn't attempt it.
Definitely on the right road, and it's definitely getting trailish.
This is super cool.
The willows and slide alders scrape the rigs as they attempt to climb out of the lower trail.
Wild man. And come around and give you a tug.
You can give her a try.
Now we're gonna go see if we can give Mike a little tug because he's a bit stuck.
Why did you do that for?
Oh, because I was bored.
With rain pouring down in buckets, Colin pulls Mike up a steep part of the trail.
And that's a stellar shot.
Traveling at this time of year makes running into rainstorms normal, and the guys still have a great time even though the weather has turned ugly.
Alright, we're just moving up now.
We love making off-road content, but we can't do it without your support, so please subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you for your support.
Mike, it's tight in here.
This one is so tight. Nice. What the frick? It's so tight.
This sits tight.
Yeah.
The good thing this rain's out here lubing up the trees. That was pretty tight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, she's opening up at the end.
The team has seen some drastic elevation gains as they dart through the trees. This trail is a mix between tight forests and dramatic scree slopes. 1 minute you're brushing through a section, and the next you're popping out onto a barren scree field.
We'll call in your weatherman reporting skills are pretty good.
Slopes like these are known to randomly let go, causing the road to get blocked, making it impossible to pass or get in and out of an area. The team can see the mountain bowl they are attempting to get to now, but first they need to cross this sketchy shelf road.
We were up here in September once, and it was 26, and then by the next day we had 6 inches of snow on the ground.
Oh, God.
And that was September 5th, I think.
Okay, we're just gonna have to do another tight section here. Wow, it's a straight rock face.
The rain is on and off now, and the team approaches their final climb into the mountain bowl.
Coming down this hill with 6 inches of snow does not sound something I want to do.
The trail starts to climb through the Alpine forest, and soon enough the team pops out onto yet another scree slope, flanking the towering peaks, giving them a view of the mountains in the valley before they are sucked back into the tight forest trail. The Continental Divide extends from the Bering Strait to the Strait of Magellan, and separates the watersheds that drain into the Pacific Ocean from those river systems that drain into the Atlantic and Arctic Oceans. Although there are many hydrological divides in the Americas, the Continental Divide is by far the most prominent of these because it tends to follow a line of high peaks along the main ridges of the Rocky Mountains and the Andes. There is no better setting for an off-road adventure. The views, scree slopes, and lightly forested areas make the travel well worth the effort. And with that, the guys finally make it to Thunder Ridge.
How do we top this?
We don't. This is incredible.
I don't know what to do now.
We're gonna go back running island trails and be super depressed.
Nah, we'll go hit those trails hard.
The team sneaks off to find a sheltered patch of trees to make camp.
Mike, why do you have to take us to the worst places?
Because I don't like you.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
If you ever get the chance to head out into the Rocky Mountains, you should definitely take it. There's nothing else in the world that can put into perspective how small we really are. With camp set and a nice fire, the team heads to bed for another early start. It's time to head back down the trail.
I have a feeling this road is gonna slowly deteriorate.
As the team wrap up their epic mountain adventure, they can't help but reflect on the unforgettable moments they shared. From exploring the remnants of an abandoned border crossing to navigating the rugged terrain of high mountain trails, every twist and turn brought new challenges and breathtaking views. Crossing creeks and rivers, traversing scree slopes, and carefully maneuvering along shelf roads tested their skills and camaraderie. But it was the laughter and stories exchanged around the campfire that truly made this journey memorable. Surrounded by good friends and the beauty of nature, this is how they forge the lasting memories that will stay with them long after the dust settles.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Coming down was a little more intimidating than going up.
Get out and live your own adventure. And thank you for tuning in to Dirt Theory.
Mike,
Colin,
how do you know all these trails?
I've spent a lot of time on old topo maps,
Yeah.
backroads map books from the 90s and the 80s, not modern ones. Get to know the locals, and
Yeah. The way it's supposed to be.
yeah, you just dig at them that way, and sometimes you just see a road and you go, I wonder where it goes.
And it goes to the most epic spot in the world.
Definitely one of them, right?
Yeah.
That was incredible.
Yeah, I can't think of like any other trail I would want to hit 100 times more.
I know, it's fun.
Yeah.
And it changes every year. It washes out more some years, other years it's a little bit easier.
So with that being said, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit it.
Hit it.
Yeah, start turning towards me.
You're good. Am I? Yep.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere.
With a little bit of fun under their belts, the team stops to inspect a bridge crossing. They determine that the bridge is not strong enough for the Jeeps to cross, so to prevent damage, they opt to go around through a small creek fed by glacial runoff and recent rains.